Good morning. And this morning I am working on making a crochet diagram on camera. So this diagram today is a possible stitch along for the future. So in order for me to teach it, I actually have to physically see it. The instructions are like the size of a Bible in order to do it. And this is the kind of stuff that I love in crochet. So for me not to do it would be kind of silly. So I am working on the lattice row by yarnspirations.com. And so I'm going to be working on this. So I'm not even sure what the multiple is to change the size. So I'm going to be working through that. So let me just move you on over. And so if you have any comments or anything you want to share, you can go ahead. I'll try to keep an eye on the screen as well. I'm basically doing a diagram from scratch. So welcome all of you. So you can talk amongst yourselves if you want to. We have members that are joining us. You can tell by they have the yarn seeds. The yellow yarn seeds are the membership people. So those yarn seeds, after a month of 30 days, they'll start seeing their seed, and their seed will be planted going into the ground. And then eventually in time, as their membership gets older, you'll start seeing yarn bushes and stuff. So anyway, my goal for here is that I've already reached out to the design team this morning. But they're off until after the new year. So I want to kind of get a jump in at kind of a sense of where this thing is going to go. If I don't understand the pattern, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to teach it. So I'm going to jump screens and I'll be able to see what you're saying to me. So if you want to talk trash, that's fine. I'll be watching. And let's do a share screen with you, and we'll get you jumped over. So we use a program, and it's called Adobe Illustrator. It's what everybody uses in the big professional world for making crochet diagrams. You're going to see a diagram that I'm currently working through, but I will be deleting it because I've saved it as a new file. So let's jump you over. And let's get some fun action going here today. So we're going to share a portion of the screen and share. Okay, so let me just squeeze this down a little bit. And let me just mute myself. I find with this stuff is that these boxes that Zoom has, they can cover stuff that I need to see. So this here is the study of wonder, and the study of wonder, what it is that I'm working through the concept of taking diamonds. I've already designed my diamond. I'm already working on this pattern behind the scenes, and my goal is to end up with something like this in the end. So that's my goal, and eventually it will straighten out to lines like that. So that is something that you'll be able to see going on. And so this diagram that we're going to do some really crazy shit. So that's going to be kind of fun. So my goal for 2023 is to be a little more myself, just my own language, my own personality. I have found over the years, I find myself scrubbing my own self, and it gets quite annoying. So let's get rid of some stuff that we know we don't need, and let's start deleting stuff. So we're just going to delete. I'm going to keep my stitch key and change that over at some point. And there was actually a request last time I did a video on this, is that people one person wanted to buy my template, which is not for sale. I worked extensively hard on it, so I'm not willing to part with that. So there's some things in life that are not for sale, and that's definitely one of those things. So I'm going to delete my work here and out. And, I think I might need something there, so I'm just going to leave that. And we're going to start from scratch. This here is a guideline. So let's unlock the guidelines. So the help menu is unlock. The help menu is the best thing. Unlock the guides, so I can delete them, and then we'll relock the guides in a bit. Okay, so let's get ourselves started, and we're going to start off. I don't know what the multiple is, so my goal here is being able to do that. So the membership, Kelly, you can join through computer. I think it's easier. Some of the apps are not quite prepared for it yet. It's like the Crochet Crowd website. It doesn't work on all platforms because there's browsers, and then there's like Chrome and Safari and the whole gamut of the 9 yards. Myself is that I just have a basic general template, and if it doesn't work for somebody there, then I just don't do it. But YouTube is in a different sense that they have to do it. So some of the apps, they're still working on getting that all done. So hopefully that answers your question. So here for any questions if you have them, and for happy holidays, Con says, and if you're celebrating holidays or whatever, yeah, it's up to you. So my first step here that I want to do is that I have a template that I made years ago that I keep adding to it. I'm just going to grab some stitch work from it, and once you draw it once, you just have to start slamming stuff in and hope for the best. So I think that multiple is around 32, and that's because there's a difference of the sizes. There's 2 different sizes in this thing. And what I want to do is just keep doing every box. I don't know if you can see that on camera on YouTube at all, but every box is represented by 5s. So it gives me an indication. And I'm just going to kind of put these in, and I'm just going to guess. So if you hold down certain keys, you could just automatically copy without having to reset your mouse. So I just keep copying. And once we understand what the multiple is, we can start getting technical with the detail. But until that's done, we really don't know the answer. So I got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So let's just pretend we're just like 40. So if I think it's 32, 40, I'm going to add another, I'll just add this more, and then we'll call it even. So what I want to do is that I want to align the edging. So I'm going to just zoom in and take a really close look at it. Is it in the box? Yes, it is. And then I'm going to take a look at the other side and follow it across. Is it in the box? Yes. And I'm going to do an automatic spacing that will space these exactly apart from each other, even though I'm just going to select them all and just have it align. And now they're all completely aligned within the box. Yeah. So yeah, was this graph program you were using? Can anybody use that program? This is Adobe Illustrator. It's really not a graph program. It's just a drawing program. So everything is pretty much drawn in. So I'm going to, it says 1 double crochet, 4th chain from the hook, and in the next 3 chains. Okay, here we go. Here comes the drama. So we need some double crochets. So I'm going to pull my double crochet out of my sheet here, and let's post it here. The first row always is going to be black. Okay, so the chain in the first round is always going to be black, and I'm just roughly putting it somewhere. And I'm not going to worry about the chains as per se yet. I'm just going to worry about like the chains on the side. I can just roughly do something and just kind of tilt them up if I want to. And they usually go up on an angle like this. Good morning, Michael speaking. Hey, Kelly. Oh, okay, perfect. What time do you close? Okay, perfect. I'll see you then. Okay, bye. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about this stuff, but I want to get the first one in so I can see it, and we kind of lean them in a little bit. And so it looks like it belongs together. So this one should be more leaned straight up, and then this one over. And what I want to do is that usually those count as a stitch. So I want to land it in the middle of a box here. And once I can get that set, it's good to go. So one thing that I am missing is that I need to make sure this all ends up on row number 1. So I'm going to go to my layers and put everything on row number 1. So I'm going to relabel and row 1 so that I can isolate the idea of this out. So let's just copy everything and put it over to the layer. So if I ever have to isolate that out, I can do that. So we're going to arrange it and we're going to throw it to the current layer. So it ends up on row 1. Okay, so it's on row 1. So if I hide row 1, it's gone. Okay, so we know that's confirmed. So so this looks foreign to you, says Mindy. And so Lara Swift has always wanted to try and create a diagram. So I always use, I think you can still see me on camera, but when I design, I always design with graph paper. So the program is something that I kind of do after. This here that I'm working on, I don't know what it looks like until I actually start doing it. So I'm just going to follow the instructions as it states. And I am going to says the 1 double crochet, 4th chain from the hook. And then it says, and in the next 3 chains. So I'm going to do 3 more. And there are kind of ways to doing this. I kind of just want to make sure it stays evenly spaced. So 1, 2, and 3. And in crochet in the diagram world is that Yardspirations tends to always go from left, like from the left, and then the first row is usually going right. There is always an argument online whether these are meant for right or left-handed people. I don't think there's such thing, but unless it's like something like writing stuff. Okay, so it says 4 chain from the hook, cable panel, 1 double crochet in the next 28 chains. Oh, what the hell does that mean? What? Oh, here we go. Cable panel. What does the hell that mean? Cable panel, 1 double crochet in the next 28 chains. Cable panel. Oh my God. Cable panel, 1 double crochet in the next chain. Okay, now you're looking. Cable panel. Where in the hell is the cable panel? Oh my God, this whole thing is being worked vertical. This might not be as hard as it looks. Says the dummy on camera. Okay, I found the cable panel. Let me get my highlighters out here and start punching the crap out of things. What system I'm using? Adobe Illustrator. So I'm going to circle this with my red pen. So it appears that this thing, this thing is actually done vertical. This is not up and down and then not across. So let me show you what the down photo looks like. Desktop. So I think this blanket is done in the vertical. So I think this blanket is done across. I was thinking it was done this way, but it's actually this way. Okay. So let's start punching the crap out of things. And let me just leave this. Let me leave a photograph that I did this morning here. Okay, so this is what I'm working on. I'll leave it here because somebody's going to ask me later in this broadcast. I do have an appointment to go to at 1 or 12:30 my time. It's currently 10:30. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna be my living nightmare now. So it says 1 double crochet back post in the next 2 stitches. Okay, what did I just, well, wait a minute. How in the hell is that possible? How do you do a back post double crochet on a chain? Oh my God. Well, I think this is going to be really interesting. Not the highlighters. Oh, Wendy, I think I just signed myself up for. There's actually only a repeat of 6 rows. It's just a matter of figuring out what those 6. How in the hell do you back post double crochet on a chain? Oh my God. Do I have to become and to make this throw with you? No, you will not have to become a member to participate with that. How in the hell do you do? It's almost like you have to do a thing of double crochets. Across. It doesn't say that though. There's not even a mental note saying that if you're an idiot, you should film this. I am going to go to, well, this is entertaining as all. Okay, I am going to, okay, I'm going to have a bird. Okay, that's step number 1. Have the bird, the flip out, go on social media, bitch. That's step number 1. I'm going to take a look at the pattern. Lattice. And I'm going to see if anybody else made notes in this thing. Be the first to review the project. Is there any question? Nobody's asked questions. I wonder if this is on Ravelry. Okay, let's take a look at Ravelry. Lattice weave row. Because if people are having problems, it would be on Ravelry too. No shirts for lattice weave row. There it is. Pattern. Let's see what people say about it. Okay, let's difficulty. Where do I find the notes? Oh, this was on Red Heart North America website. Wendy, how do I find that? How do I find where people left notes? It's like there's a row missing. Nobody understands the directions, says Stephanie. Oh my God. Oh, 8 for the small ball. See, that's missing from the pattern. I'm going to write that down. 8. Ball. Oh, it's gracious. wonder. So there is another option. Has anybody heard of the Wayback Machine? We're going to check the Wayback Machine. So Wayback Machine is a historical data, and we're going to check the Wayback Machine to see what this pattern looked like. And we enter the link so we can tell when this thing was. So it was July 4th of 2022 was the last time it got archived. Let's take a look at what it looked like. And I'll be able to find it on redheart.com if I knew the name. Okay, this was what the website looked like then. See if there's a pattern difference. Chain one wrong side double. It's like there's a row missing. How hard is it to write a Tunisian crochet pattern? I don't write those very often. I don't think it's that hard. Are we tripping in time? We're tripping in the time machine. We totally are tripping. I almost think there's a row missing. How in the hell can you do a back post double crochet on a chain? Back cross. The row is there. Oh, do they mean the back? Well, you can't do a double crochet in the back post around a chain. Maybe they do mean the back, but I would use the back hump of the chain for everything. I'm almost thinking this is going to be a hell no. But I'm going to download this historical data for myself. Oh my God. Lattice pattern and then single crochet in the next 40 different chains. Okay. Okay, so yours truly. Okay, I'm misreading these instructions. It says this is, I'm going to put a line. It says that this is the cable panel. I'm going to put a red line here. I think it's telling me that the next 28 double crochets are part of the cable panel. And if it's not, good luck, Chuck. Who's ready to kill something? Okay, so I'll keep that there. So it says the next 28 are the cable panel. So let's do 28. So we're going to copy. Okay, so I'm not so worried about, let me just put this down a little bit. So I'm going to copy. We're going to do 8. I think it's just referencing what the cable panel is. And if not, we're all screwed. Why do I do this to myself? Why am I such an idiot? I don't know. Just ask Wendy, though. She can tell you why. Leviosa. Okay, so we got to count 28. I don't even know if I'm capable of counting at this point because I think I'm all just a mess. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And I'm going to put a note for myself here before I go too far. Cable, or this is lattice. This is cable panel section. And let me just verify that was actually 28. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, so 28. It now says 1 single crochet in the next 24 or 40 because there's 2 different sizes. So 40 minus 24, because I'm an idiot and I need a calculator. 40 minus 24 gives you 16. Okay, so are people going to do the small version or the big version? What are people going to do? I think they'll do the bigger one. People complain when there's too small stuff. So I'm going to change this out. These I'll save for a rainy day. And then I will do single crochet. So let me grab some single crochets. I don't know why I'm getting that error, but copy. Save my work. Okay, so now I'm going to do the 40. So we know this is, we're going to copy. So we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's be over here somewhere. Okay, this one's a big one, yeah. So why am I getting there? Don't show again. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So now we want to copy this over. We're going to make a pattern. And we need it to be 38. So we're going to make a pattern. We're going to blend it. Blend options, specified steps. There's going to be 38 steps. And we're going to make that happen. We're going to blend it and make. So now we have 40. So I'm going to make a note for myself. Lattice section 40. Somebody's going to downsize to a baby blanket. So once I figure out the big boy, I can just take out steps, right? I'm going to have to try this one to see how it works out. Says Shiri. The part of the process is under you are helping us all so that you don't have a conniption that I have the conniption. It is a knitted pattern with the panels. If you have it, it's like a knitted pattern. Oh, I'm not doing that. Okay, let's copy this over. So this is okay, and it says repeat once more, and then okay. Shit, I think I'm doing the whole thing. I did not want to, but so we're going to repeat the whole thing. Actually, I should grab the, take that out, and I'll just grab the whole thing. So we're going to do a repeat. Put these guys down a little bit further so I don't hit them. And we're just going to do a repeat. And then repeat once more. And then repeat the last ones. Like this thing is so damn big, it doesn't even fit my paper. Okay. So I'm going to have to increase my paper size, and I don't remember how to do that. So we'll have to figure that out. Change canvas. In a second, I'm just going to move you a little bit so I can see what it is. Canvas. Oh, shoot. Cardboard. Okay, I don't remember how to do that. So who's ready for a connection?
This is a quick tutorial for those of you that are new to Illustrator. You're working with you don't really see like edit image resize type stuff like you might see to your toolbar on the left side. I've got the expand toolbar. the long version, but you're still looking for is right here.
40 minutes and it just, or 40 seconds and it doesn't even show it yet.
And then when you click that, you'll see that the lines go around the outside.
Oh.
That means you're now modifying the art. So if you want to use 40 minutes, then it just are 40 seconds and it just shows it.
Okay, let's see if I have that right there. Okay, good. And let me mark. So it says the last 5 double crochets are going to be the edging. So let me take a look at this copy. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's right there. So I want to make sure there's 28. So 1, 2, 3. Have a good day for those that are leaving. I'll be here all day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28. 28 and then 5. Now I'm going to verify the chain count. It should be 176. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 34. 34 times 5, and then I have another one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 6. $34 times 5 plus 6 gives 176. So that's right. There is chaining of 176. Okay, so we have our first chain there, or first one there. So I'm going to now work my way through this thing. So I don't think I can do any smaller sample than this. Okay, so let's start. This was row. This is the wrong side. So I'm going to mark what the wrong side is so I know. I'm going to move it over and say this is the wrong side. How a little shh and a little shh. Here, shh, there, shh, everywhere. Shh, shh. Okay, so it says row 2. Skip the first. Oh, I hate when it does that. Because I always miss the damn chain 2. Okay, I'm gonna improvise. So whenever there's a half double crochet at the beginning and chain 2 represents that, I will always miss that stitch. So daddy's not going to design like that. I'm not having it. No, I'm not. So I'm going to grab that and say sucks to be you. So, and I'll leave a little note or something. So we're going to leave this and we're going to say this has to go to row 2. Row 2. And we'll move that to row 2. And we also have to change the color to blue. So the second row is always blue, or after the first. So I'm gonna put a little note for myself that I'm cheating, because I know people will miss that chain too. Am I wrong with that? Improvised. I'll leave a little note right here. Improvised row 2 to have, I don't know why my computer is lagging, to have chain 1 HGC in beginning stitch, not using chain 2 as counting as stitch for this pattern. If something's broken, you damn well fix it. Okay, so let's start. Now we're gonna half double crochet ourselves. Okay, so we're gonna go here. One double crochet back post in each of the next 2 stitches. So I'm going to grab my back posts here. Double crochet back post. I'm going to grab that one. And I have to change the color so it matches, right? So Holly doesn't like that either. I don't like that either. I screw up every time, Holly. And you know what happens when Daddy screws up? Daddy gets pissed. And then Daddy starts throwing and shredding patterns. Daddy ain't happy. Just leaving these little notes for myself. So that's there. And so this one here, I can shrink it down. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make him taller. I want the stitch heights to be the same. Yeah. So Holly says, yep. It's almost like that. The way that I read that, Holly, is like that guy on TV with they go in storage containers and he what does he do? He's bidding and he goes, yep. And I think everybody hates the guy too. Storage Wars, I think it is. Okay, so we got a double crochet in the first. I'm pulling out the highlighter again. I know it is. Where did I put the damn thing? There it is. Okay. Wait till I get to the BC to DC back to. Let me just have a little break. Oh my God. I don't know why I signed myself up for this crap. I secretly love it though. Don't kid yourself. I love challenges. It may make me manic, but I'll be okay. Okay, so we're gonna do double crochet. So we got check and check. Now I'm like that a woman from Glow Up, you know, the really snobby woman. She's British with her glasses and she's so mean. And then she gives everybody a ding dong if she's happy. And then they start to cry when she does a ding dong. Well, you know what? She always says, she checked all my boxes. Check, check, or tick, tick, tick. Oh, this is better than the 5K or the knit 5 together, Wendy. Yeah, so anyway. Okay, so now, you know what, I really have to go pee. So topic is whatever the hell you want, and I'll be right back in a second, and I will try to pee on this side of the bowl so you don't hear me. I know, just a gift for you for Christmas. Okay, feel much better. What is the name of the program you're using, Mr. Mikey? It is Adobe Illustrator. It's not a drawing program. It's a drawing program, but it's not specific to, it's everything is manually drawn. It's just I paste and copy stuff that I've already drawn. So, okay, so let's keep on going. So it says FC to FT over the next 2 stitches. FC, you know what, the word F to me, the way that this is going, is not short for, what is this short for? FC to FT. FC, okay, front cross 2 trebles. Oh, hate myself. Okay, so I need something. So, oh, I already have, oh, front cross 2, front cross 2 front posts. So I already have my stuff over there. So these are trebles, so I'm gonna take a copy of this one. Oh my God. Over the next 2 stitches. So there's 2 in a row. Oh yeah. So welcome to the disaster channel. They give any dummy a camera, as I was telling the girls. FC, Stephanie, you were speaking my language. Absolutely. Okay, so this was a back post. This is a front post. Oh my God. Well, over the next 2 stitches, front cross. Oh, wait a minute. Does it say to skip? FC to out over the next 2 stitches. FC. Oh my God. Front cross 2 trebles. Skip the next stitch. 1 treble around the next stitch. Hook in the front of the tree just made, and 1 treble around the skip stitch. Oh, for God. Oh my God. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is totally disaster channel. Why does this have to be so hard, Kristen? Exactly. So it says skip a stitch. I make it blue because I am capable of changing the color. Skip next stitch, 1 treble front post around the next stitch. With hook in front of the treble just made, 1 treble front post around the skipped stitch. Oh my God, this thing is just a crisscross. Is this thing just a crisscross? It is. Why can't you say that? Oh my God. I'm not religious, but I'm going to say Jesus. Oh my God. This thing is just a crisscross. I was telling the girls this morning, I said, they give any dummy a camera. And now the next one is going around this one. I will stick to simple patterns, says Diane. Easy for you to say. Oh, Lord. Diane, you're so funny. I just have to draw it once. And can I sit any closer to the screen, honestly? Oh my God. And I know Wendy's probably thinking, what the hell are you doing to yourself? Why are you doing this crap? And I'm like, gonna say, I really honestly don't know. Okay, so this thing has to be blue. The whole thing. Blue. And so this one here is in front. So this one here, this leg should be dull. Very much like my brain, dull. So I'm gonna change the opacity to 50%. So it shows behind. And you asked if we needed to, Sylvie, stop making sense. I don't like people that make sense like that. That just irritating. I gave Wendy a cup actually last month. And the cup says, stop making sense, because she always makes sense. And I'm like, Wendy, I am not putting up with your shit today. She said it would help if people could read. Like when we post a pattern out and we put a link and it's right in the bio description of here's the link, and people don't even read the damn thing. And I said, Wendy, I said, stop making sense. So what, oh, I think I actually nailed that. Okay, so I'm gonna put these together as a pair. So we're gonna group these guys together and group them so I can keep them like that. And I'm gonna label what this one is before I go any further, because I'm gonna hurt myself if I don't. So we're gonna say this is the FC. Where's Stephanie when I need her? Was it Stephanie said that she had words for the FC? This is FC to FT. And I will put a note for myself too. This will not be on the final, but I'll put a note for myself here as well. Okay. Okay, now it says, let me cross this off the list. We're now on the cable panel. Yes, we are. Okay, at least something is working. So I can tell we're on the cable panel because of the red line. And I want to make sure that this is still on row 2, and it is. Okay, cable panel. 1 double crochet back post in each of the next 2 stitches. Okay, so we're going to go back to the back post. We're going to grab these. And we're going to go over them. You know what I'm noticing? See these things, they're not equally spaced within the box. So I'm going to grab these guys here and equally space those out. I know. I know. There is a test, a Dizzy Lizzie, there may be a test. This is why I teach piano and speak Greekish or Greeklish. What about sketching the pattern before you draw on paper? All you need to do is apply it to the program. Maliha, don't be making sense. So TH says stop in their house, stop answering her logically, or them logically, sorry. You know what this feels like? This feels like leaving my wiener out and literally zippering up the zipper without tucking it back in and catching it in the zipper. Don't tell anybody, it's our little secret. It's what it feels like though. Okay, so we're gonna, and I know most of you probably will not experience that, but trust me, it's something you don't want to do twice. Okay, now we're gonna FC to FT over the next 2 stitches, and we already have that created. So we're gonna carry that over. We got that. 1 double crochet in the back post in the next stitch. What pattern is this? This is the woven stitch. So we're gonna, we need 1 more, the back post, double crochet in the next stitch. So we're gonna drag that over. Once I get the repeat, I can just copy the whole thing. I just got to get that damn repeat going. Goldie Hawn and Overboard. I'm currently Death by Lattice Weave. Stephanie, I think you won the internet for the day. So 1 double crochet in the next stitch I did, and popcorn in the next double crochet. Now, how many damn things is the popcorn? The popcorn equals 4 double crochets in the indicated stitch. Yeah, death by Lattice. I am loving that. Let's see if I have a foursome going on here. Of course I don't. So let me just grab this one here. Death by Lattice. Oh my God, if I would design this, I would totally call it that. Oh my God. That's pretty funny. Death by Lattice Weave. Damn. Oh. That is so ridiculously stupid, it's funny. Damn. I'm going to tell the design team that too. I love your Death by Lattice Weave. And they're going to say, what is that? When I say, oh, it's one of your patterns. What was her name? Yeah, Stephanie named that. So I want to make sure that they're the right height. I think I'm going back to programming. If I were in your neighborhood, I would send you a gallon of steep tea. My local Tim Hortons is closing. So it's closing actually on Saturday permanently. So if I'm manic and getting all bitchy online, you know exactly what it is. So part of it is not being able to find workers, and the other part of it is that there is a requirement to have the store renovated to keep it up with the times, but the mall that it's sitting in is pretty much empty. So the owner says, I am not renovating a store where literally the entire mall is pretty much empty, which honestly, I don't blame them. It sucks, yes, but I'll get over it. So popcorn, draw through loop. Draw, drop, loop through stitch, but it does not say chain one after it. So Yami says, thank you so much. Thank you for that donation for sure. For those that are members with us, the membership, you will not have to do a payment. You can, for super chat after the first month, you get one free super chat, which is what that $2 thing is. So that will be included in your membership after you're with me for 30 days. So you'll see that option coming up after your 30 days, and then your badge will change to the next level as well. So popcorn for DC. So I'm just writing stuff down as I go because it makes my life a lot easier. Okay, so now it says popcorn in the next one double crochet in the next, or double crochet the back post in the next stitch. FC to FT over the next 2 stitches. Will be in Afghan. Yes, it will be. Dora, it's kind of a high rent. This thing is a yarn pig though. Like it takes 12 balls of Red Heart Super Saver for it because of the texture. So I'm expecting people to complain about that, but then you can't have texture without overlaps, and this has a lot of overlaps. So we're gonna do 1 double crochet back post in each of the next 2 stitches. So we need 2 of these bad boys. Death by lattice weave throw. Story at 6 o'clock. I don't, it's not even really that funny, but it kind of is. Okay. Okay, so Okay, now we have FC6FT. Let me FC6FT. Skip over the next three. So we need a big boy. So we're going to take this one out of sequence, move it over. We're going to move it to there. Okay. This one's a big boy. Just taking it right out. And I need two of those guys. And then I need so Mindy's got to go. And so I need two of these guys. Okay. So I want to keep them grouped together as a big boy party time. So he goes there. He's going to go here. And then he goes again here. Okay, so now the tops are all wrong on these guys. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. And I'm just gonna make a copy of it while I'm here. Just easier. Make a copy of it again. So yay me, Couture Crochet, I just posted you're live on another maker's channel, so this is challenging. Yeah, I don't really do collabs with anybody, just because sometimes I'm just so fussy in my own brain. So here, he's got to go there. This one has to go, and it's lighter blue. So I've tried doing collabs in the past, and it's never really worked out very well for most of the time. Sometimes it does, but I've been kind of burned by it a few times, and I kind of regretted it after. So this one's going to go in front. It's going to go over one more. So this one's going to go. I'm going to take the top out. So I'm just more focused just to put the base down in. And then we'll move the tops when we do it in a second. Okay, so we're going to move the top of this guy over to here. Move him with it. I don't think I could teach this just reading the instructions on camera. I think I would be like so confused. But now that I see it, it's only a 6-row repeat, which shocks me half to death. Actually, I thought it was going to be like a Bible. Okay, so let's position all of our cross stitching in position. You may hear Daniel talking to the dogs upstairs. They have very long conversations. Okay. You gave up church and the crochet crowd is the congregation. Wow, that's pretty deep. So I don't really talk about religion too much. It pretty much destroyed my family. And it's not so much as the religion that destroys the family, it's the people inside the church. The ones that control things are the masterminds. Anyway, my mother was absolutely devastated by it. Okay. So I get people message me frequently, can I just draw diagrams for stuff that they have so I can understand it, but they don't realize how long it takes. And sometimes I just want to be really fussy about it too. So the Illustrator took me years to learn how to use it, years. And then I took a week off work and I decided to write a manual for myself on how to use it. And so I actually have a document that I have of all the little procedures you see me doing here that I've kind of memorized over time. And by writing things down into the manual, I got it into my head better than I could have just trying to do it on my own with just trying to remember the steps. So I think the act of writing things down and stuff. But I'm always learning something new. I think I might move him up. So you might actually know how to read. I want people to learn how to do diagrams. There are some people that are just so bloody fussy that they just have it in their brain that they're not going to learn it, and they refuse to open their mind. There's other people that cannot do it, but for the most part, it's such a great skill to know, because it means that you can open up patterns in any language. Okay, so here's a pop quiz. Why are these three here lighter than the other colors? Have you been paying attention? So why are these three? Any answers to that? So these guys are now one big group. And I'm going to take a copy of this one. Does anybody care? Probably not. Because they are behind. That's exactly right. So, and this is made up of 6 stitches, so it's FC 6 FT. And why is it the color blue and not black? Any answers to that one? My guess, looking at where this ends here, my guess right now is that this is the center of the panel. And that seems like that makes sense to me. So it says F. Okay, 1 double crochet back post in the next 2 stitches. So I bet you that's a center point there. So row 1 is always black, row 2 is always blue, row 3 would then be what color? And it's only because it's easier for you to read it. And I have a feeling that this is the center point, so I'm just going to read FC to FT over the next 2 stitches, which is this one. So you just have to draw it once. And then 1 double crochet back post in the next stitch. Best of luck. It says Debbie. Thank you so much, Debbie, for joining me today. It's kind of a shit show today, but when isn't it? Okay, 1 double crochet in the back post was done. A popcorn in the next. This is exactly what I think it is. So popcorn in the next, 1 double crochet in the after that. I'm going to grab both while I'm here. Okay, so popcorn in the next, 1 double crochet in the next, FC to FT over the next 2 stitches, which is this. So do you do this with every pattern? I design this way, but this pattern's already designed. I'm just, I can't teach it based on writing. I have to actually do this. And 1 double crochet in the next 2. which will then complete the panel, which is the same as here. So this here is the center of the panel. So do you have the software? So you have the software for this. This is Adobe Illustrator. It's expensive though, I have to say. It's about $350 a month. So it's not something that if you're just thinking about, the red line is a marker to tell me that this is a panel. So if I want to copy all of this now, I know that this is actually the panel. So I'm going to just take a copy of what that was. So I think this will happen again right here and right here. So I'm going to take a copy of this and mark it over. This is the cable. That makes sense. That looks like it's cable to me. And I bet you donuts to dollars that if I copy this, it'll fit. And I'll copy it again. So we just got to figure out what's the other stuff in the middle. And I bet it says 1 double crochet back post. Leave this here. Promise you will publish this diagram. I will publish the diagram if I get it done. Yes. Yeah, my promise on that. I'm not doing this for the fun of it. It's why I never crochet for myself. Just everything always has a motive. And then a half double crochet right in the end. Okay, so we got that done. See how easy that was. So now we got to figure out what these 40. Oh my God, the instructions are the size of Timbuktu. Okay, lattice panel, which is what I'm about to work on, is next. So the lattice is all the cable work, or is all the Celtic work, and it's over these 40 stitches. Let's hope it's not going to be a mine screw. Okay, 1 double crochet in each of the next. So let's get some double crochets up here. Let's pull those over. So in theory, the difference between men and women crocheters, you're proving it. Mikey seems more technical. I don't think that's a proven thing. I before this job, I was actually a designer for vehicles. So I did my technical studies in high school and in college in blueprint reading and just designing. So my job was in plastics with engineering for automotive, like the bumpers and the side panels and stuff of the car. And my job essentially was to figure out how to orientate the car product, the car panel, into the mold. And so I would have to read blueprints and stuff. So to me, this is blueprint reading. So that's the way that I look at it. So I should change the color to blue. So I wouldn't say that that's a male thing or a female thing. It's just my education. This is why I love doing this part, because to me it totally makes sense. And because I was never a strong reader as a child, it totally makes sense to me. So see these plus signs, they're not quite in the center. So I'm going to expand that object, expand. So anyway, when I was in the engineering, it was basically the old boys club. And honestly, there's no room for people like me. And we were coming into the era of computer designing, designing on computer versus hand drawing, because everything was hand drawn. And I honestly, I was in an industry where I didn't fit in. And so it didn't make sense for me to be part of that. Okay, so we're going to take this one. So to keep the stitch work even, I've just made the double crochets longer. What made you want to learn to crochet? I learned to crochet when I was 14. I was basically really suicidal. And I saw my mom crocheting stuff for charity for the homeless and the children and stuff. And I just thought it was the most remarkable thing. And so it was either hurt myself more or be the difference that, or just make a difference in the world. And so anyway, I decided to ask my mom to teach me to crochet, and that was, the rest of it is history. Okay, so we're doing an FC F4 FT, FC 4 FT. Skip 2 stitches out in each of the neck. So anyway, so for me, crochet has never been about fame or popularity. For me, it's more mental, to keep myself stable. And so anyway, every time I was in a really, really ugly space in my brain, I was I would turn to crochet, and it would help bring me back around and not be so suicidal. So and I realized in my 30s, because it took me that many years to figure it out, I realized that if I just crochet on a regular basis, that I could actually keep myself more mentally stable without having to go through really deep, dark moments. So anyway, so for me, it was a lifeline. And that was one of the best gifts my mom ever gave me, was a coping mechanism through crochet. Okay, so we're gonna shift. And but the interesting thing is that I'm not alone. There's a lot of people like me that have turned to crochet as a coping mechanism. The problem with crochet in the long term, though, is that you can really lose you can really lose yourself, in the sense that you wallow in your self-pity for too long because of the nature of the hobby. So it's important that, though you can identify that you're using crochet to cope, you don't want to be completely reliant on it. Sometimes you have to think about how to make the difference in your life. And so for me, the difference was actually an Oprah show. So I talked about it in my book, but the difference was watching Oprah one afternoon back in 2008 in March. And she basically, her message was very simple. Is like, if you want something in life, you have to put the momentum there to have that change. And so the message that I received when I was sitting on the couch is like, I can't be sitting there thinking about how my life sucks without having to think about the path that I want to take. And so the message was, if you see something and you have an opportunity to teach something else to somebody else, what would it be? And maybe you could, channel your energy into that. And so anyway, I thought, well, shit, I know how to crochet, but I had lost my crochet book. And so I went online and I discovered YouTube for the very first time. And actually, that's not true. I discovered YouTube earlier in the year before, but I went on in March and I watched another host teach, and it was awful. It was really quite awful. And I thought, the camera angle is not right. The person is talking about her life. And I'm like, I don't want to hear about your life. I want to understand this stitch. And so anyway, I was doing that, and I thought, God, if I ever taught this, I would just want to stay on focus and just about the crochet. And so I made the mistake when I first started that I was talking too much about my own personal life. And so I was doing everything that I didn't like that she was doing. And yeah, so anyway, so that was kind of how that all came to be. So anyway, so I find and I never wrote about this in the book, but I had a guy friend when I was coming out of the closet. And so I was kind of using him as confiding that, I'm confused on my sexuality and the whole 9 yards. And so he said, well, if you need somebody to talk to, then I would talk to him. But the rule with this guy, which really pissed me off, is that he says you can no longer start blaming your past. You have to start moving forward. So he says, I will cut you off in your conversation if you ever start blaming your past when you have the power to change your future. And anyway, it really pissed me off. And more pissed me off because I found myself blaming people and situations in my past that were holding me back from making better decisions in my future. And so anyway, him doing that to me, I realized on how much I was complaining about my life and things that I actually have power to change. But at the time, you don't really want to hear about that. You want to kind of just tell your story and, have a reason for the blame game without actually fixing your life. And for me, that was really quite something. And so at the time, when it was like several months of this crap, but at the time I was like getting really angry because I'm like, I want to share with him why I feel the way I feel about certain things and whatever. And he goes, it's enough. He says, you've already explained yourself. What are you going to do to move on? And that was it. So I find myself with this whole thing, I find with myself on people blame a lot of stuff on Facebook and social media for different things. And I find myself wanting to be my friend and say, okay, we've heard you. What are you going to do now? Like, what is your next step? And a lot of people don't want to move on from the next step. They just want to sit in their wallow like I was. And it's a hard place to be. So how's that for a lecture, right? So anyway, that's kind of where I come from in this whole mess. Okay, 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Okay, those ones are easy. And it says repeat 5 times. Wait a minute, the next 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Repeat brackets 5 times. that's the brackets. So sometimes you need a little wallet. Absolutely. I think some people need to grieve and before they can move on. But in my case, I was letting myself just wallow in it for years because I had a hard time deciding if I was going to come out of the closet or not and how I was going to do it. And honestly, I tell people that ask me online, like, what was the decision to be able to come out of the closet? And I tell people, and I'm very blunt about it, it's like, you have to be prepared to lose your family and every possible friend in your life in order for you to move on. And I said, unless you're prepared for that, you will not be able to succeed. And I said, you will come to understand on people that are open to who you are as a person, but then you're going to clearly realize that people just don't want anything to do with you after you come out. So you have to be prepared for the psychological damage that you'll have when you come out of the closet. And if you're lucky, people will be understanding. But if you're not prepared to lose everything, then you're not ready to come out. Okay, so we got that done. So this is actually row number 2. Okay, so that was row number 2. So what I'm going to do is that this is actually done. I'm going to save my work. So I actually have a medical appointment to go to, so I don't want to talk about that. But I will let you go for now and just, I should have called it death by lattice weave throw, but I'm going to let you go for now and just go to my appointment, and I may be back this afternoon. My goal is this is going to take about 10 hours, I think. So it's going to be a bit of a long haul. And yeah. So Yami is talking about old enough to remember it as a death sentence. Yeah. Who else can we bring but who you are? Yeah. Okay, so that's it. And I'm going to sign off, and let's stop the share. And we hope you have a great afternoon.